Hi, this is Crystal the Herbalist, and this is video 8 of 9 in Be a Leader, How to Change People Without Giving Offense or Arousing Resentment. It's based off the book from Dale Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People. This chapter is called Make the Faults Seem Easy to Correct. So, tell your child or your spouse, your employee, that he or she is stupid or dumb at a certain thing, has no gift for it, and is doing it all wrong, and you have destroyed almost every incentive to try to improve. But use the opposite technique. Be liberal with your encouragement. Make the things seem easy to do. Let the other person know that you have faith in his ability to do it, that he has an undeveloped flair for it, and he will practice until the dawn comes in the window in order to excel. So I love this story. This is an awesome story to illustrate this. In 1970, my son David, who was then 15 years old, came to live with me in Cincinnati. He had led a rough life. In '58, he was in a car accident that left a deep scar on his forehead. In 1960, his mother and I were divorced, and he moved to Dallas, Texas with his mother. Until he was 15, he had spent most of his school years in special classes for slow learners in the Dallas school system. Possibly because of the scar, school administrators had decided that he was brain injured and could not function at the normal level. He was 2 years behind his age group, so he was only in the 7th grade, yet he did not know how to do multiplication, he'd added on his fingers, and he could barely read. There was one positive point. He loved to work on radio and TV sets. He wanted to become a TV technician, so I encouraged this and pointed out that he needed math to qualify for the training. I decided to help him become proficient in this subject. We obtained the 4 sets of flashcards: multiplication, addition, division, and subtraction. As we went through the cards, we put the correct answers in the discard stack. When David missed one, I gave him the correct answer, and then he put the card in the repeat stack until there were no cards left. I made a big deal out of each card he got right, particularly if he had missed it previously. Each night we'd go through the repeat stack until there were no cards left. Each night we timed the exercise with a stopwatch. I promised him that if he could get all the cards correct in 8 minutes with no incorrect answers, we would quit doing it every night. This seemed an impossible task to David. The first night it took 52 minutes, the second night 48, then 45, 44, 41, then under 40. We celebrated each reduction. I'd call in my wife and we'd both hug him and we'd all dance a jig. At the end of the month, he was doing all the cards perfectly in less than 8 minutes. When he made a small improvement, we'd ask him to do it again. He'd actually asked to do it again, and he made the fantastic discovery that learning was easy and fun. Naturally, as algebra grades took a jump, it was amazing how much easier algebra is when you can multiply. He astonished himself by bringing home a B in math. That had never happened before. Other changes came with almost unbelievable rapidity. His reading improved rapidly. He began to use his natural talents in drawing. Later in the school year, his science teacher assigned him to develop an exhibit. He chose to develop a highly complex series of models to demonstrate the effect of levers. It required skill not only in drawing and model making, but in applied mathematics. The exhibit took first prize in his school science fair and was entered in the city competition and won third prize for the entire city of Cincinnati. That did it. Here was a kid who had flunked 2 grades, who had been told he was brain damaged, who had been called Frankenstein by his classmates, and told his brains must have leaked out of the cut on his head. Suddenly, he discovered that he really could learn and accomplish things. The result, from the last quarter of 8th grade all the way through high school, he never failed to make the honor roll. In high school, he was elected to the National Honor Society. Once he found learning was easy, his whole life changed. So if you want to help others improve, remember, use encouragement. Make the faults seem easy to correct. And I hope you'll apply this. I think this is an awesome chapter, and I hope that you will come back tomorrow for the chapter 9. This will be the last chapter in this book, and I hope you'll comment and let me know how it's going for you. Good health to you.